In this video, I will be discussing the Bitcoin price action that currently is creating a new continuation pattern, and I will be exactly talk about what kind of effects this most likely will be having on the market. So don't miss out on this video because I will be discussing this and of course the most important other things you need to be paying attention towards right now in the market. So yes, don't forget to slap up that like button because on the previous video we were about to smash it up to 500 likes. Can we do it maybe on today's update video? That will be absolutely incredible. And yes, I do know I unfortunately forgot my microphone, so I will be doing it with this terrible sound for the coming 2 days, so please excuse me for that. In 2 days from now on, I will be back at my own setup once again. But let's jump straight away in towards the content, and let me start off with discussing Bitcoin here on the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we could argue, okay, did Bitcoin formed here a triple bottom? Because yes, 3 times on the lower side we formed the bottom, and from that point onwards we moved back towards the upside. However, we were not able to break really above the neckline. What is basically this very important red box on the top side of resistance, what currently is the main level to be breaking above, because like you can see, every single time we've basically touched this level, we got rejected significantly. So make sure to keep your eyes wide open on the 20.5k, because that is definitely the target where you could be potentially load up on shorting positions and where Bitcoin currently is finding the most problems with breaking above. We can also already see, if we're going to look at some trend lines, that on the 1 hour time frame, we're starting to see, of course, a beautiful upward sloping support line from the lower side getting created, and of course a downward sloping resistance line from the top side, what means that basically right now we're squeezing the price action once again in towards an apex. And if we're really going to look at the 4 hourly time frame, you can start to see this more well, because on the 4 hourly time frame you can clearly see we are creating currently a continuation pattern, and a continuation pattern is basically a pattern that gets created after we've already established a significant trend here. And like you can see, we established a downtrend, we formed a bear flag, what is also a continuation pattern, we broke bearish of the flag. Then you're creating a symmetrical triangle, what also is a bearish continuation pattern if you're coming from a movement down here, what makes the odds currently extremely high that Bitcoin is most likely going to revisit even lower lows from of this point. So I want to be very clear to everyone out there on the channel that it is definitely not out of the books that Bitcoin is going to see another drop off towards the downside getting created. And if we're really zooming in here towards this pattern, it is actually a very good symmetrical triangle, and I do think there is a very good opportunity on making money on this breakout. So if you want to be trading Bitcoin on the breakout, I would definitely look towards this symmetrical triangle right here. And if you're interested in trading, make sure to check out the links in the description to also claim an insane deposit bonus on top of your already initial deposit. But what we can see, of course, is that on the daily time frame we broke out of the falling wedge here. Yes, I do expect that on the daily time frame we could be maybe see some more boring sideways price action before we're going to see that pump back towards the upside. But first of all, I just want to be looking at the 4 hourly time frame, because yes, it is telling me a whole different story, because on the 4 hourly time frame, I actually honestly think it is more likely to see a break towards the downside. And of course, I will only anticipate this if we do break the upward sloping support line. And the target I will be aiming for is basically the 19,000 US dollars. It's not a very significant target towards the downside. It's this previous very strong box of support where I've been talking about for many days in a row right now, the $19,000. Like you can see, major support from the past, and that could be most likely once again provide significant support. And if we're going to be measuring and calculating a price target of this flag right here, we can clearly see if we're going to be breaking down, the price target is going to be exactly around that 19,000 US dollars, and that would mean that that is going to be an incredible target to potentially load up on long positions again. And in my opinion, it's going to be the support target for Bitcoin to be holding on the larger time frames as well. So make sure to keep your eyes wide open right now on this 4 hour symmetrical triangle. Like I told you, on the daily time frame, I do think we're looking a little bit more stronger. And what we can also clearly see right now is that on the 12-hour time frame, we're still trading in that uptrend, right? So 12-hour time frame, still holding a beautiful trend. We've been touching this level for over 4 times in a row right now here, and every single time we basically have touched this level, we have seen a significant bounce getting formed from here on. So yes, once again, I will be anticipate this level as a good level of support, and it's trading around the 19.6k. However, if we do break below it, or maybe we're going to once again see such kind of a wick we created also last time around, like you can see over here, it could be well possible that we're going to maybe very quickly visit the $19,000, shake out the weekends, shake out the long positions before in the end of the day once again continue the way back up again. Will be making a lot of sense here because usually once Bitcoin tends to be bottoming out, it first tends to create these massive fake outs just like it did here last time around at the beginning point and midpoint of June. So yeah, this is definitely the support level to be watching right now on the market. Furthermore, if I'm really looking at Bitcoin and looking at indicators as well, I want to also look at the MACD. Once looking at the MACD, I can currently see on the daily time frame that the MACD on the daily time frame is almost flipping bullish. And historically speaking, once the MACD flips bullish, it tends to be indicating that there's just going to be some more bullish momentum in the market. And to be very honest, I do expect to see this cross happening in the coming week ahead of ourselves here. It is very likely to occur, and since we've been trading in a downtrend for over, 15 to 20 days right now here, it would make sense to see at least a short-term rally getting created for Bitcoin anytime soon once again, and most likely that will be getting started in towards next week. But if you really want to be making up your opinion about is Bitcoin right now good to be buying, in my opinion, yes. If we're going to zoom out, this is honestly one of the most best opportunities you're probably going to get to accumulate your Bitcoins. If I'm really going to say, is this the period where we're probably going to see exponential price surges? No, I don't think so, because I want to be looking at the 3-day super trend for that. Like I told you, I do think that this is the exact indicator that will predict once Bitcoin is going to be entering bullish markets again, and once we're probably going to see that larger time frame uptrend getting created. And yes, in my opinion, we need to be breaking above the $25,000 on the 3-day time frame to confirm the breakout above the super trend, what will in the end of the day confirm the exact next big run up on the market. Like you can see, so far the super trend on the 3-day time frame has been predicting the market cycles very, very well, and right now we're not even close by entering a next start of the cycle. Also, what you can see really, what I find very fascinating is that we're currently could be forming potentially a double bottom on the 3-day time frame or even on the weekly time frame, whatever time frame you're looking at. This could be, of course, a very good opportunity actually, and it will be also make a lot of sense in my opinion to form this, because if we're looking back at the previous bear market, we can also see that back in 2018 and 2019 we formed a similar bottoming structure where we formed a bottom, then we came back up again, we fell down, and we formed a higher low, and that was basically the double bottom of the bear market. And from that point onwards, we reaccumulated well enough, and that was basically the start of the next big cycle. And once again, we're seeing similar accumulation signals on the market. We're seeing similar behavior from the buyers and sellers on the market, so I wouldn't be surprised that the bottom is actually already in on this market. However, my strategy remains to be the same, and that is just dollar cost averaging in towards the market every single day. So this was it for me on today's update video. If you do enjoy the content, smash up that like button, consider subscribing to the channel as well. Excuse me for not having a good microphone, but in 2 days from now on, I will be back with my own setup. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.